episode of NBA 2K TV, we are hanging with Karl-Anthony Towns. We have expert tips for you to get those 50 wins in Pro-Am, MyTEAM updates, and your top plays. Remember, you have chances to earn VC all episode long with 2K TV Interactive. Hey guys, I'm Rachel and welcome to this week's episode of NBA 2K TV. Let's start things off with a little trip to Arizona where we caught up with Karl-Anthony Towns as he took a break from his hectic road schedule. What's up, guys? Today I am here with Karl-Anthony Towns in Phoenix.
Yeah.
Thank you for taking some time out of your busy travel schedule.
My pleasure.
So when you're on the road and you do get a little bit of free time, is there anything in particular that you like to get into?
Playing 2K is always some little time I always have for myself to do, and I love playing golf. So I always try to get a chance to play around the golf.
Last year, when you were on the show with us, you talked about how you always want to continue working on your game. So is there anything in particular this season that you've been working on?
Developing even more guard skills and just finding new ways to help my teammates. Because, you know, when you want to be in the playoffs and you want to win, it takes everyone to be at their max potential.
For sure. Have you noticed a change in the style of the NBA, even in the, 2 and change seasons that you've been playing?
Now it's just so fast. Everyone's playing at such a pace because fives are, need to do so much more than before. So it's a different game, and I'm very fortunate I have the skills to keep up with them, and very fortunate to be in the league at this time.
So you guys have added some new guys to your team this year. You have Jamal Crawford, Jeff Teague, Jimmy Butler, Taj Gibson. Is there anything that you guys have done as a team to build up that chemistry?
For us, it's just more about just getting to know each other, using the plane rides. We were very fortunate that in our first year with such a new team, we had the China trip. So we did a great job of just, really getting to know each other and really just having fun with each other.
I saw on your Instagram also that you were hanging out with KG.
Yeah, he's like my brother. So, whenever I have a chance and he has a chance, we always try to get together and we just hang out like old times.
And he's one of a few, I would say, legend-like players who have retired recently.
Yeah.
Are there any guys who are no longer in the league that you kind of wish you could work with a little bit?
Tim Duncan, would love to hear his advice on certain things and what he saw when he was playing the game of basketball. Paul Pierce, the truth is always great. I think one that gets forgotten about is Ray Allen. The way he shoots is second to none. When you get to hear one person experience, it changes the perspective of them.
So let's talk about 2K18 a little bit.
Yeah, I would definitely be lying if I said I didn't play as myself the first time I picked it up.
You did?
I just wanted to see how real it was. I
sure.
made sure my body was moving the same way and everything. And I remember I was playing and my mother, she saw and she thought it was a real NBA game happening. And I was like, no, this is a video game. She said, it looks so real now. So, the game's the best of the best for a reason.
I actually had a fan ask on Twitter if you guys ever are playing the game and you use it to scout other teams?
I have.
Or
you learn a lot about people in the game. They got everything, shot IQ, defensive IQ, how is he with his left hand, his right hand. It's taught me a little bit about some of my opponents.
Well, thank you again for coming
Absolutely.
on 2K TV.
Absolutely, thanks for having me.
High fives. We will have more from our visit with Kat next week, where I challenge him to one of his favorite hobbies. So make sure that you guys check back. And now, here are the latest players to reach 98 overall in my career. Congratulations to all of you, and good luck in your final stretch on the road to 99. And now joining us in the 2K TV Lounge, we have gameplay director Mike Wang to give us some expert tips on how you guys can qualify for the NBA 2K League. Thank you for joining us once again.
Thanks for having me, Rachel. It's great to be here again. We are about to jump into a Pro-Am game.
Yeah, it's almost time for the NBA 2K League qualifications to finish. And last week we asked our viewers how they were qualifying, and a lot of them said that they were simply just doing walk-on games. So do you have some tips for them on how they can capitalize on that?
Yeah, let's jump right into it. For the qualifications, you just need 50 wins. And it doesn't matter how many losses you have. So you can have 1,000 losses. Just keep trying, make sure you get on a good team. But the best thing to do is actually to find a squad of players that you know, your friends, and come up with some systems, come up with your offensive sets and figure out how to play defense together. But if you don't have friends, or if they're busy doing other things, then you can always jump into a Pro-Am game with randoms, which is what we're gonna do here. So we made a sharp shooting shot creator here.
Okay.
So I'm gonna have to stay out in the perimeter, try and knock down some shots, not clog the paint. I probably can't finish.
It's a pretty popular position, I feel like, in this year's game.
Yeah, I think a lot of guards are shooting threes, and the Steph Curry phenomenon of like everyone wanting to shoot.
We have 14 here. Looks like
he's a big guy.
Taking it out. Yeah.
Big guy. But he's my teammate. So I'm gonna want to look for that. Just watch how they play. I can tell this guy's is gonna want to go to the rim. So if I see him cutting, I'm gonna want to hit him.
All right. So you have your 10 players. All right.
Okay. So you can see who my matchup is right here. It's Kepi.
Okay.
And he was a slashing sharp. You just know who your matchup is and try to take away what he wants to do. Goal's off to a good start, 2-0. A lot of times I'll bait these guys and let them catch the ball in the perimeter and close on them late.
That might have been a little too late.
He took me to the rim right there. And if you're struggling for wins, I think one of the big things is just move the ball, find open guys. Right there, got a good pass. He missed it, but that's a good shot. We want to take those shots.
How important is your defense in games like this?
Defense leads to offense a lot of times. And so it's really important to come up with a team strategy for defense, like how you play. A lot of guys are running zones. You can play man. There's no wrong way to play defense, but when you get those stops, that's when you get the easy runouts and you get your fast break points. And you got to get those to win the game.
When we're jumping on a court with a bunch of players that we've never played with before, how do you get into rhythm with one another?
The hardest thing with playing with people you don't know is trying to learn their tendencies and learn their, what they like to do on the court. It takes the first quarter usually to try and understand what people like to do and where they like to score from, where they want to be on defense, how much they're going to help. Trying to establish that as quick as you can so that you can be successful early on. It's like playing pickup ball in real life, right? It's always great to set screens off ball. It gets guys open easily, and I'm gonna set a screen for my big here. He didn't take it, but if they're looking for it, they can get some easy baskets that way too. You're always gonna play better if you play as a team. And look at the Warriors. If you share the ball, people will share it with you. If you take the ball and you dominate the ball, you never pass, then chances are you're not gonna get the ball back a lot.
What is your last piece of advice?
At the end of the game, the W is all that matters. So play as a team, move the ball, space the floor. These are all very basic basketball principles that if you follow NBA 2K, you'll be successful. And we're excited for the NBA 2K League, and we can't wait to see who's in it.
I don't know, Mike. You're about to have one under your belt. You want to get 49 more wins?
I think there might be conflict of interest there, though, if I make the league. So
I think everybody would want you on their team.
Green light there.
Would you have Ronnie on your team, though?
I haven't heard if they're going to be virtual mascots, but Ronnie would be an amazing mascot.
All right, Mike, thank you again for joining us in the 2K TV Lounge and sharing your expert tips.
Thanks for having me, Rachel.
And I hope that these tips are really helpful for you guys. Good luck in those final qualification weeks.
Hey guys, Robbie here for some more MyTEAM. Today, we're going to talk about tips, tricks, and players that can improve your MyTEAM lineup. The first thing to remember is you can earn a bunch of cards that are viable and competitive just by playing the game. If you do the weekly challenges every week, you are to the Amethyst Kenyon Martin card. This is really a card that can make a big difference in your Supermax lineup, especially on the defensive end. Rebounding, shot blocking, and then he finishes strong in the paint as well. So really not many weaknesses to this card, and you get it for free. The important thing to remember is there are a few different types of cards that you'll be chasing on the auction house. Number one, you'll have moments cards. Those cards may not have gold badges on them, but they'll be a little cheaper in most cases. On the other hand, the ice cold packs that just came out are theme packs. Those packs have players that are already badged up. Most of them have gold badges, and some of them even have Hall of Fame badges. There's a lot of really good cards in this pack, and one of them that I gotta talk to you about is the Diamond Derrick Rose. If you have the MT, you have to get this card. If you don't get this card, somebody is going to dunk on you with this card in Supermax. It's just that simple. This card is amazing. You've got the Ruby Carmelo Anthony, gets points in buckets. You've got Diamond Bob Pettit, who also is a very underrated card at the stretch 4. And then on top of that, you got the Sapphire Larry Sanders. This card can play defense, rebound, and block shots like a fiend and won't cost you too much salary-wise because he's a high-tier Sapphire. Theme packs are only a limited time, so once you get those ice cold cards, maybe you want to turn that quick empty profit, but if you get a competitive player, you might want to hang on to them because they won't be around forever. With Moments cards, they're always in League Moments packs, so there'll be more of them on the auction house, and that's another reason why their price will be lower. With those Moments cards, you're gonna wanna take a look at Ruby, Amethyst, and Diamond cards. Ruby cards are gonna be the cheapest, but you kinda wanna have a few aces in your lineup. You wanna have those Amethysts and Diamonds, or you're gonna run into somebody online that has them and will be able to beat you. A couple of those aces that you can get are Russell Westbrook's Amethyst card and Kevin Love's Amethyst card. If you get a Russell Westbrook card, you're gonna wanna use him how he plays in real life. Fearless, aggressive, always getting as close to the basket as possible, and then you're gonna have a lot of success drawing fouls, making contact dunks, contact layups. You don't want him outside shooting threes. That's what Kevin Love's for. So versatility is important, but if you have a strategy behind the cards that you get, that's the #1 thing. Remember, Moments cards are based on real life performances. One of the guys that I want you to keep a close eye on is Donovan Mitchell from the Utah Jazz. Great shooting guard, has a Ruby Moments card right now, but if he goes off again, we could see an Amethyst Moments card come into play. When that happens, the value of the Ruby will generally go down. So you could get a card on the cheap if the real life Donovan Mitchell performs and gets another tier higher. Remember, I've only given you a few suggestions on these cards. There's a lot of different combinations that work, and I encourage you to check out MyTEAM's Twitter, NBA2K MyTEAM. If you do that, then you're going to be able to know when all the new cards come out and have the best success building your lineup. And just remember, you can't beat MyTEAM.
And now for your top plays of the week.
Hey, come out, come out! Way to go, baby! Way to go!
Top play fans, 2KMC here, and I've got your best 2K TV WoW submissions of the week. First up, Zavicrax. What an assist! Nutmegging the defender to the two-hand dunk. You can get your 50 wins without humiliating the other team, but it's cooler when you do. We're in house rules with Chris. And his no-look shot, totally meant to do that. Drains the alley-oop pass Ginobili style. No assist, just buckets. 2-3 Trilla on the playground. Throwing the lob to a mailman finish. Homage to Malone, just with more style in the Santa hat. Last up is Cash. Kick pass, bounce oop, 360 slam. That was smooth and probably illegal. Streets, homie, it's what it is. It's time to vote for your favorite play, and remember to submit your best highlights on social media with the hashtag 2KTVWow. This is the 2KMC signing off.
That's all we've got for this week. And remember, guys, Karl-Anthony Towns will be back with us next Friday. Hole in one. Hole in one. Oh, that's it. Oh. And we will see you then.